And we're getting back into pretty good fights here with Gavin Tucker versus Diego Lopes. And Tucker, he's finally getting back in the cage. It's been 2.5 years out of action for him. He had a bad shoulder injury, and I'm not sure if anything else happened besides that, but I believe that's why he hasn't been fighting. He was getting that fixed. And the last time we saw him was in March of 2021, and even then, that fight only lasted 21 seconds. And so he's really only fought like 21 seconds in the last 3 or 4 years. Um, and that last fight, he got knocked out by Ige that quickly, so that wasn't a good loss. He was on a 3-fight winning streak before that. He beat Billy Q, so he was on a good run. He was in contention for the top 10, and he's 37 years old now, so almost 3 years since that last victory, and he has to start all over again. He isn't ranked or anywhere close to the rankings, so this fight is going to show whether he's coming back for a paycheck or he's coming back to really try to get back to where he was before and try to get ranked and get some big fights again. So it's going to be kind of a first impression for Gavin Tucker. The last time he did do this, though, he came back after a 2-year-plus layoff against Sungwoo Choi in 2019 and got the job done, look good. So he has done this before. It's just if the age and just wear and tear with the shoulder, getting knocked out, if all that is finally adding up for him. But Diego Lopes, he impressed even in a loss in his debut. He got thrown in there with Movsar Evloev. It was a short notice fight, and he actually got close to finishing the fight a couple times. I mean, got pretty close on some submissions. He went the full distance, and he pushed a fighter who is inside the top 10, and a lot of people see as a dark horse in that division. Now he's had some prep time, and he's going to be looking for his first UFC victory and to make a statement. And although Tucker's older, he's coming in off a layoff. He isn't an easy fight. I mean, this is only his second UFC fight, and obviously the matchmakers see a lot in him to give him a guy like Gavin Tucker. And Gavin Tucker, he's a tricky guy. He's short, he's quick, he's compact, kind of similar frame to the champ. Plus, he's constantly switching stances, very good with the feints. His jab is on point. He'll double jab, triple jab his way in. He has nice ability to land 3-4 punch combos on the inside. Nice cheeky combinations, fast hands. He has good counter hooks, overhands over the top. Pretty slick with it. He mixes in some kicks too, and he has some power when he lands. Fighters feel it. He was able to use his footwork, his check hooks, and his speed basically to outstrike Billy Q, mitigate his pressure, and win in a pretty impressive performance. And his height and reach can sometimes make him come up short, and he is a little bit hittable. He doesn't move his head that much. Sometimes he can load up on shots and get clipped, and as fights go on, his hands do tend to drop a little bit. But he's very fast. He throws a ton of volume. He is very tough. He likes getting in a barn burner type of fights. You see him, gesture to his chin when he's hit and things like that. But his last fight, he did get put out really quickly off one punch, so you definitely have to question his chin. He's taking a lot of damage. If you go back to that Ricky Glenn fight and some other fights that he's had as well. But Tucker, I think, has a path to victory here through the grappling. He has a great single leg. He's very strong in the clinch. Nice elbows, good knees in the clinch, good danger shots off the break. He can hit body locks. And his takedown defense is pretty good too. He can reverse takedowns and get on top. And when he's on top, he has pretty good top control, back takes, rear naked chokes. He's a Renzo Gracie black belt, and he pushes a really high pace, and he has good cardio, but he does tend to slow down a little bit. He's getting older, so I question, how good a shape he's going to be in for this fight. But Lopes is a guy that he tends to enjoy being on his back, playing that guard game, and we've seen him lose twice at the UFC level. Once on the Contender Series against Joe Anderson Brito, and then against Movsar Evloev, hunting submissions off his back. So Tucker, if he could take him down, defend those submissions, that is the path to victory. And I think Tucker's game plan on the feet should be attack the lower half of Lopes, kick his legs, go to the body with punches, and when you're sweaty and feel Lopes is more weathered, then take Lopes down. But Diego Lopes, he's a dangerous finisher. On the feet, he's down to brawl, and he's significantly taller and longer in this fight. He likes to throw the 1-2s and straight punches down the middle. He throws nice uppercuts, big hooks. He has good counterpunching ability and good hand speed. Okay front kicks. Tends to try to force a war and can take it plus give it. If this fight stays standing and Lopes can make it a dogfight, I think he's going to get the better of that. and he needs to be aggressive, ready to take some to give some, match the volume and aggression of Tucker, and try to time him, intercept him coming in with a straight shot, and knock him out like we saw Dan Ige do. And Diego Lopes is a submission artist. A majority of his victories are submissions. He uses his length to get the body locks. He could circle to the back. When he gets on top, he has good control, solid submissions. His back takes and back control are on point. And he brings the pressure and that kinetic pace, so it tends to make fighters want to shoot takedowns on him, and he can make them shoot bad takedowns, snatch the neck. He's also very active off his back with arm bars, triangles, leg locks. And like I said, though, he's had 2 fights where him being comfortable off his back has cost him decisions. So against Gavin Tucker, he needs to be a little bit smarter with that. I think it's definitely going to be hard to submit a Renzo Gracie black belt off your back. So that's probably not going to be the way to go. I think he's going to want to use those submissions to get back up to his feet and try to land the knockout. And he kind of reminds me of a poor man's Joel Alvarez. He has better wrestling but worse striking. And in this fight, he needs to use his straight punches to try to catch Tucker coming in like Dan Ige did, like I said. And if he can get to the back, that's another position where I think he should be effective and should be able to control. Personally, I think Tucker, if he was active and a little younger, I would pick him here. But I'm going to go with Lopes. I'm going to say he gets the knockout. I think his length, his straight shot counters are going to land and close the show. I see why it's close on paper because Lopes is plotty. If Tucker comes on point, he could dance around him, stick and move, and then get the takedowns and get the victory. But I'm going to say that he catches Tucker late in the first round or in the second round, puts him down, and kind of takes away the fun of the comeback from Tucker, gets his first UFC victory, and shows that he's UFC level.